Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today we're talking about a Ralph Lauren Christmas, which I don't know about you, but this is trending all over my TikTok, and for good reason. It is absolutely beautiful. I personally think Ralph Lauren Christmas is the older, more refined, a little more sophisticated version of traditional Christmas. And of course, I put together an Amazon list of inspired Ralph Lauren Christmas items. I will have the link to this list listed down below. Also, if you enjoy these type of videos, don't forget to subscribe. When I was looking through images and kind of brainstorming what I wanted to talk about in this video, the first thing I noticed is I could instantly feel through the images of the Ralph Lauren Christmas, like all the store setups, all of that. I could feel it. And that truly is, I think, the thing that stands out the most to me with Ralph Lauren Christmas. It honestly is a feeling. It's the layered, it's the sophistication, it's the nostalgia of Christmas, but just a little bit more buttoned up. The first thing I noticed with the Ralph Lauren Christmas was the gift wrapping. Now, every single thing was in a box, no bags. Very elevated, very sophisticated, and very put together, I would say. I noticed a lot of the wrapping in a tartan with a velvet bow on top. So I've been kind of thinking if I should do this for my home, and I found really good wrapping on Amazon. I found a black watch tartan wrapping that I have in here, and then I also found a red wrapping in here, and I found tartan tissue paper, which was actually so nice because you could do like a red on red with the tartan tissue on the inside of the box, or you could do tartan wrapping, tartan tissue. I thought this was so nice. I will also be adding to this board the more I find things. I just was so excited and wanted to share what I have found so far because I found some great stuff. Also, another thing I noticed with the Ralph Lauren Christmas is the continuation of the pattern. There was a few different tartans. It would be one tartan in one room. So if it was red, it was all red in that room. It wasn't mixed with other tartans. Or if it was the black watch tartan, that was all in one room, which I think the black watch is like the most iconic Ralph Lauren pattern there is. It's actually even on one of his books, the Ralph Lauren in His Own Fashion, which I also have linked in this board. But I noticed that no matter what it was layered and layered and layered. There'd be a tablecloth with the charger, with the lampshades on the chandelier. The throw pillow was also the same. It just was very layered in that same pattern. So I did try to dig through Amazon to find multiple things. I found the wrapping, I found throw blankets, table runners, tablecloths. I really tried to dig and find those layered patterns. I personally, I think, gravitate more towards that iconic black watch tartan, which is that blue-green. It is so rich to me. I don't know, it just is very, very elegant. I found a couple throw blankets in here, which both of these brands are absolutely incredible. I found this table runner, which also this brand I've ordered from, absolutely amazing. But I think what I'm the most excited about is actually the tablecloth. I feel like this is something that I could introduce to my home very effortlessly without it kind of overbearing my Christmas decor. So I thought doing a tablescape, and you can do this one. They also have a beautiful red and green tartan pattern as well. And then you can tuck it away if it's a bit too much. For me, I love that layered look. And the only way, like I mentioned, I think you can do, say, the red tartan in your living room, but then if you have a separate dining room, you can do like the black watch tartan and have that different room situation. So I think this is a good way to do that. And you can take it off, put it away, and not have it be too much. Sometimes I get a little overwhelmed with too much pattern. Another thing I noticed was hurricanes. A lot of hurricanes, a lot of layers, a lot of even votive holders. I noticed on the tablescapes, you have the chargers, you have the plates, it's the full thing. Like the more layers, the better is what I noticed. And I noticed a lot of hurricanes. So I dug through Amazon. I found a few. I found these that I've shared before, which are these seated pillar candle holders, which I think these are just a smart purchase because you can use them over and over again. They don't feel so specific to Christmas. But I also found these nickel urns, which I thought were very regal. These are a little more subtle, which I liked. It's this glass hurricane with this gold rim, which I thought felt very Christmas. But the one I thought replicated that Ralph Lauren feeling the most is this silver hurricane. Now this one's a little bit more of a splurge, but it is so timeless. And I do think that you could use this one in your everyday decor as well. I also really love, sorry, I didn't mention this earlier when I was talking about the other tablecloth. This red tartan tablecloth is so classy to me, so beautiful, and definitely one that I would want to get as well. I think it's so beautiful, and it does, if not the same, it's very similar to all of the other red tartan that I have in this list. It's so good. It is so good. When it came to like the garland and the greenery, I noticed it was thick, and I mean so thick. I didn't really notice a lot of, it was more like your traditional like pine, I think is what it was. But I noticed they mixed in a lot of magnolia, so I put some magnolia sticks in here, or stems, I guess I should say. And then those red berries, I noticed those a ton, and red roses, which actually I never really kind of pictured in Christmas decor, but it is so elegant. You guys know I am such a fan of Fraser fir. That is how I bring in that scent to our home, because we don't really have a ton of, I live in Arizona. There's not a lot of pine around here, and you don't get that scent. We don't get a real Christmas tree. So the best scent that I have found that is so like luxurious is Fraser fir. And in this list, I've shared Fraser fir in my Christmas list already, but this list I was very strategic with the packaging that I shared, because I think, again, Ralph Lauren's a little bit more refined. So I tried to find things that were very simple to be able to add in and be complementary to the rest of this vibe. For example, I have these pillar candles that are green, but you could put these in the hurricanes, and I feel like it adds a little bit of greenery, but it doesn't have any sort of packaging to it, you know what I mean? Then I found these taper candlesticks. Now I wouldn't use these at like your dinner table, but I would use these throughout your home if you just like to light tapers, or you have hurricanes on your wall, anything like that. And then this green glass, I do want to try to find these in red as well, especially if you do that red and green tartan. I think that these would be really pretty to add in, but also the green is in the blue Black Watch tartan as well. So these would be very complimentary. Another thing I noticed in the Ralph Lauren Christmas decor was pine cones. And I noticed a lot of them. I noticed baskets full of them. I noticed them in centerpieces on the Christmas tree. So I did add in a couple options here. I found these large pine cones, which I thought was probably the best option for the look, because everything about what I noticed was very big and very grand. So having these big, huge pine cones, I thought would be really pretty. Even putting these in like a silver bowl, I thought could be just a very beautiful touch to Christmas decor. One thing I noticed that I loved was these twigs mixed with the red berry stems. And again, I think everything is a little bit more extra. So having a lot of it, I think gives that more regal look. It feels very luxe and very rich, for lack of a better word. And I really did like these twigs. I thought that they were really pretty, a little bit earthy, which I don't notice a ton of earthy in Ralph Lauren design in general, but I thought that this was a very approachable way to add in that luxe feel, and I liked it. Going back to what I mentioned earlier in the video, I feel like the whole vibe of this Ralph Lauren Christmas truly is feeling and experiences. And to me, this is the tablescape, gathering, sharing Christmas with your loved ones, but also drinkware, which is my favorite topic, because you guys know I am obsessed with barware. I find it so handsome, and this is the time that you can go so big with your barware. You can be so extra about it because it's Christmas time. I added in as much as I could, and I will be adding more. I wanted different patterns, different cuts, but I really did still want that Ralph Lauren vibe. So I found this silver horse head jigger, which I thought was really cool. I own and have owned this shaker set, this cocktail shaker set for years. Such a great gift idea, but also really good to have for your own personal bar. I think it's so good. And also the shaker itself, the lines, the cut, everything about it is very handsome and very complimentary to all barware. Whether you have something a little bit more feminine like this, I'll put it on the screen because I don't know how to describe, diamond cut, I guess you could say, or something more masculine like these plaid glassware. These are so incredible. They just glitter when you have your lights down low, during Christmas time, your tree light on, these just sparkle. They are so stunning. If you have them on your coffee table and you're just enjoying your tree, oh, it's so good. I also found these horse racing stick stirs. Is that how you say that? Stick stir. These are so Ralph Lauren. I really want these really bad. They have the horse racing version, and then they also have a horse head, which I think is so beautiful as well. I added a few Christmas ornaments on this board, and what I noticed is there wasn't a ton of glitter, or like, it was very refined, very elegant, and it was to me a mixture of velvet and metallic. So I added both of those to this board. I added some gold, some red. I even have some velvet green in here. And it just was, again, a little bit more refined. I did add some of my favorite greenery in here, and I know that it's not exactly what I would assume Ralph Lauren uses real, but I love this greenery so much. The only thing I would say is to layer in magnolia, pine cones maybe even, and make it thick. That was the thing I noticed the most, and I feel like you can accomplish this look, and I know a lot of us already have this greenery, so that was another reason why I wanted to add this in here. And if you don't, I highly recommend this Norfolk greenery. I'm actually gonna mix mine this year with cedar and maybe magnolia, I'm not sure yet, but I just think this is something that you'll have for a very, very long time. It is such good greenery. I talk about it every year. I'm a big fan of it and had to include it in here, even if it's not totally Ralph Lauren. I also have a couple pillow covers in here that match that red tartan and the black watch tartan. I have cocktail mixers. I have all kinds of items so far. I think I have a really great start. So again, I will have this list linked down below in the description. As I mentioned, I will be adding to the board, so make sure you follow it. I think you can heart it on Amazon, and I don't know if it updates you or what it does, but I'll be adding more to it. I will update you guys when I know exactly what I'm doing for Christmas, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it was super fun. I love Ralph Lauren. I think that he is such an icon and has brought so much to the interior design world. So it was only fitting to do this Ralph Lauren Christmas inspired Amazon home decor video. Let me know down in the comments which item was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in a couple days with another. Bye. I would say we were good together.